Hi, I am Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur, and let's get on with the video. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I intend to tell you about that if you are somebody who has decided that entrepreneurship and starting a side hustle is something which you would want to do in your life so that you can get the freedom to travel around like this. I'm right now in Dubai. So if you're somebody who has thought that okay, maybe placements is not something which you're aiming for, maybe placements is not something which attracts you, then what exactly is it that you can do? What exactly are the steps which you can take in which you can become an entrepreneur after your MBA, you can become self-employed, and these will be very practical steps. I'll not give you a very global gyan about it. These are very practical steps which I used myself. And the idea is to give you a roadmap so that it's not only practical for you to do, but it's also practical for you to actually understand that yes, you can forego your placements, you can actually completely forego your placements and focus on entrepreneurship or focus on building something entirely. So to give you some context about what I'm going to be speaking about, this is the part 3 of the video which I'm creating in this. In the first part, I shared with you about my story. My story is that I had a speech problem. I have a speech problem. I stammer while I speak. And when I was appearing for my MBA interviews, my problem was much worse. When I used to go to my B school interviews, it used to be a big problem for me to speak to them. And when I entered my MBA, the biggest problem for me was that how will I get placed? How will I even find a job? That was a very big concern for me. And from there, thanks to the fact that I started a blog, I started Super Heuristics, I was able to get a lot of off-campus work opportunities. And thanks to that, even when my placements had not started, I had 3 job offers in my hand. That is all of that which I have explained in the first part. Then in the second part, I explained to you that how do you financially evaluate it? Because at the end of the day, whether you would leave your job or not is about a simple equation that is it making sense to you financially, socially and emotionally. And one of the major components which you can mathematically evaluate is the finance, that how do you financially see that whether your side hustle can now become your full-time job or not. If it is, then yes, you can go ahead and quit. And now in this third part, I just want to speak to you about that if you have assessed the first 2 parts and if you're really excited about what you need to do, if you think that yes, financially you are at the right place, and if you make this kind of a switch, then you would be at a much more greater place than where you are, be it in your job or after your MBA probably. Then what are the exact steps which you can take probably right now when you're an MBA student or when after you have completed your MBA? What are the various things? So I just now completed a client a call of mine, and now I'll be heading to Starbucks to have my morning cup of coffee, and it is from there that I'll be speaking to you about what we need to do. So guys, welcome back to the vlog, and first thing which I'd like to tell you about if you're somebody who's planning to become an entrepreneur is the mindset. And as you would know that I always talk about the mindset first. The mindset which you need to have is something which is important, and you need to realize that entrepreneurship and starting up is not something which has got to be something which is huge, which is big. It is not that you have to build a factory, you've got to build something like that. No. Entrepreneurship can be as simple as starting up a blog, which is exactly what I was able to do. So I will be explaining you that how, if you are planning to become an entrepreneur, you should see entrepreneurship and how you can start off something online, which you can easily start and which you can easily grow as the time goes by. I'd like to have a cafe latte.
Cafe latte.
Yeah.
What kind?
Tall. So extending onto that same thing, what I'm trying to say is that right now entrepreneurship is not about creating a factory, entrepreneurship is not about creating a product or anything. Entrepreneurship is about finding your audience, entrepreneurship is building a community, and how then you can eventually build that brand and utilize that brand to earn from it and to help others while you are earning from it. That is the idea. So I would want you to awaken and wake up to the fact that entrepreneurship, your entrepreneurship efforts should be focused online. As long as you're focusing online, you would realize that not only will it be easy for you to start it off, but also it would be easy for you to really make that switch. Otherwise, it would take a lot of investment, it will take a lot of effort, it will take a lot of more of your brain for you to start off something which is something else, which you do not have any experience with, or which you may not be able to start off all by your own self. And also, while I'm saying that, it is also important for you to understand that you need to start off with an effort which you can start off all by yourself. You need not to be dependent on someone else, and hence starting an online startup is your best way to go forward. And I will help you understand that what are the various ways, or in fact the two exact ways which you need to do, which you need to start off with, so that you can make this switch from your job or from your placements to entrepreneurship in a much faster way. So if I were to advise you the two things which you need to start off with, the only two things around which you can build your entire entrepreneurial journey from your MBA, these are the only two things which you need to focus on. First thing is freelancing. The second thing is starting up your brand, starting up your blog or a vlog. It is as simple as that. Now, these are the only two things which you need to do, irrespective of the industry you want to start off with, irrespective of what sort of a outcome you want in terms of what is the product which you want to offer. This is a very global advice which applies to all, and the reason why I'm sharing with you this advice is because it will make it very easy for you to start off with. And when I'm saying that it will make it easy for you, I am talking about the financial aspect of it. You know, a lot of times when MBA students, they plan to quit their job, they plan to work on something else apart from their placements. The biggest hurdle is how will we earn money, how will we repay our loans, all of that. So this entire advice is based around how you can earn the fastest as well as build something for the long term. And the two things which I advise you is that start off with freelancing, which I also call global consulting, and the second thing is that you need to start off a blog. Now, how it happens? When you're starting up a blog, effectively you're starting it for the long term. When you're creating a blog and when you're creating articles on it, believe you me, nobody's going to come onto that blog for almost the next half to 1 year. Nobody's going to find your blog. What is going to happen is that only when you create a lot of good articles on it, only when those articles start to appear on the search engines, or even if you have started a social media channel of yours, by the time it would grow, it would almost be half a year at least. And it is then that you will start to find a lot of traffic. So while you are building a lot of content on it, you need something which can help you earn money, and that is where the first thing which I said, which is freelancing, that would help you. You as an MBA can make a lot from freelancing in terms of experience and in terms of how much you earn. Entrepreneurs around the world are really interested to work with freelancers who are MBAs, who are from India. They find Indian MBA kids to be very valuable for their organizations, and you need to understand this fact. So what I would advise you is that start off right now with freelancing. Identify which industries you want to serve, build your expertise on that, and your blog should also be on that same industry. Now once you've started to freelance, you will start to earn money from there. Now whatever you earn, you can also spend it on creating your blog, you can spend it on your future, and you can save and invest that. So basically how much you earn would be entirely hinged upon your freelancing initiatives. Now initially what you will observe is that in the first half year to about an year, your income is going to be 90% from your freelancing activities, and almost 5 to 10% from your actual blog or the startup which you are planning to create. Then keep on creating articles on your blog. A blog is very important. It is your space in the online world. So when I started off my blog, I ensured that each week whatever I used to learn in the classroom, I used to come back and I used to encapsulate all of those learnings in one good article. So each week just one article is what I would advise you. That is what you've got to do. Now what you'll see is that as you're growing your blog, the traffic will grow, you will build an audience, you will build a lot of subscribers, be it on your blog, be it on your YouTube channel, be it anywhere else which you've created for yourself. And when the subscribers would grow, what you have to do is that you need to understand that what their pain points are. Once you've understood all of those pain points, your objective is then to build products which can help them. Now when I'm saying that you've got to build products, what exactly am I saying? The simplest way for you to build anything in the online world is an online course, and courses are very crucial. Everyone enrolls for them. It is also for you, it is also a great way for you to help your audience, because when you are an entrepreneur, your objective is not only to earn, your objective is to help your audience, and a video course is probably the most impactful way in which you can impact your audience. So be it a live course or be it a recorded course, that is what you need to start off with. And it is then from that product which you would introduce, say half a year or an year after starting your blog, that you would start to earn from it. The objective is that in 18 to 24 months of starting your entire operation, you should be able to completely reverse how much you earn from your freelancing and how much you earn from your blog. Which means that initially, as I had said, that it might happen that 90% of your income would come from freelancing, as the blog will not earn at all for you, or not so much for you. However, by the end of 18 to 24 months, your objective is that how this 90% of the income is from your own blog, is from your own product sales, instead of it being the freelancing. So you've got to completely flip the equation, and that is when you will have complete control over the outcomes that you have. Now when the equation would reverse, your overall financial outcome from your freelancing and from the blog, it should also improve. So that is the entire idea behind it. So if I were to speak to you about it, what I am saying, I am talking about one simple thing called counteracting. So let's just see this particular thing over here and assume that the blue equation is basically your freelancing, and the red equation is basically the blog, and you should see it only up till here. What I'm trying to say is that initially when you start your blog, all the income is going to be only from your freelancing, and in fact you would be spending some income onto your blog. Hence the blog will always be in the negative and only your freelancing will grow. Now eventually you need to be at a place that when your blog will start to earn, the equation will flip, and then you will also have the authority to reduce your freelancing activities. Because what you need to actually understand is that when you are doing a freelancing, you are basically trading your hours to earn. And when you're creating a product for yourself, then it's not about hours, it's about how much of that product you are able to sell. And frankly, there is absolutely no limit to how much of it you will be able to sell. So right now I am again at home, and I would quickly summarize whatever I've explained to you. So the thing is that the first thing is that your mindset about entrepreneurship, the way I advise it is that you should think about online. You should think about how you can start off online, because when you do something online, it is very simple for you to start it off, it is very simple for you to scale it up, and there will not be a lot of things which you need to do initially. Now the second thing is that I explained you the concept of counteracting the dips, which means that whenever you're starting up something, you would not be able to earn from it instantly. You'll have to keep on investing, and when you keep on investing, you'll see that there is a dip in your income. For you to counteract it, you need to start off another activity which will help you earn. So for that, I advised you that whenever you are talking about online, you need to think about these two things. One is starting a blog, because eventually every brand, every startup needs to have a site, a online space. Hence, you need to start off your blog right away. And the second thing is freelancing, so that from freelancing you can start to earn, and you can continue to invest in creating your blog, in spending on your blog, and in ensuring that the outreach of your blog is doing well. The idea is that on your blog, keep on creating good content, be it good articles, be it good YouTube. Your objective is that eventually in the next half year to an year, you should be very much be present on online search engines, because that is what is going to build your brand, that is what is going to build your entire authority. So that is important for you, and as all of that is happening, you would obviously be earning from your freelancing. How to start freelancing, I've already created an entire video on it, wherein I've explained that how Fiverr is a great place for you to start off, and that could be simply the first place for you to start off, for you to get a lot of good high quality clients. And then what you will observe is that eventually your blog will grow, and also your freelancing will grow, and then you can choose whether you would want to continue to do your freelancing or focus on your startup entirely. So I hope you've completely enjoyed this. In this 3-part video series, what my objective was to tell you, to help you understand that what all you can do, how to choose whether you should quit your job, how to choose whether you should focus on your placements or not, and now how to really start off something in a very simple manner. And if you're excited about this, what you need to do right now is that go ahead and join my community called 5 Steps Ahead. In that community, I have got 8 courses for you which help MBA students like you to build their outcomes without depending on their placements. And you'll observe that in that course, in those 8 courses, I'll help you understand that how do you start off by creating a blog, how do you do a freelancing, and how do you get to create something for yourself without depending on your placements. In the next few videos, I will be sharing with you more about my entire life here in Dubai and how I am enjoying the freedom which I have been able to create for my own self. So I'll see you there. Thanks a lot and goodbye.